Oh wait, okay. Alright. Did you start your stream? Okay, I will tweet that I am here.
Yep, I already did.
It is unfortunate that they do not have hosting anymore, so I will just show that I am here. Okay. What? Alright.
Man, Street Fighter 6 music is always really good.
Oh, are you playing the what's it?
Menu music.
The classic, yep. The menu music, yeah. I'm feeling it's either like the music from like Third Strike, or it's the what's it? This is I don't know what it's actually called. I just know it's like, this is True Love We're Making.
Having played the beta twice, I'm just really fucking hyped for SF6.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I remember trying to get into the beta and I was like, okay.
I really do hope they do one open beta before release. And I think they will. But they need to do a stress test for servers.
I wonder if they will. I guess it's possible.
I mean, if they know what they are doing, they should. Because Strive had several open betas, and one or two of them were stress tests for their servers.
Did you get into the closed beta for Strive?
Closed beta for Strive, no, but I did try the open beta.
I remember a lot of people were like, they were just like, Ramos is too overpowered, and please, I rolled.
The tier list for beta Strive was hilarious. There was Soul tier and then everyone else.
Soul is really good, and then they were like,
I mean, it's ridiculous. His wild throw dealt the same damage as a pot buster. Yeah, Soul Bad Guy's command throw dealt as much damage as a Potemkin buster. Why would you even pick pot?
Why did this happen? I mean, I feel like no one ever uses Mob Summit. Mob Cemetery is just like a knowledge check.
Yeah. Or it could be a reaction super.
Oh yeah.
Could work. Like if you know that, for example, Happy Chaos is gonna aim in your face, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, playing as Happy Chaos is definitely, well, it's like a very, I don't know, it's a matchup I don't really like playing with, but I can't, sometimes if it's like a comfortable matchup, you kind of have to figure out how to, like,
Yeah.
I can dodge block for so long.
I really can't wait for you to be able to try the beta when they do.
Oh, I played I played my friend was very nice and they gifted me Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think Street Fighter 5, and I was like, oh, this game's gonna die soon, but thank you. So I played it a couple of times, but I just played Ryu and a little bit of Ken because Ken had the funny like Monster Hunter skin.
And
I was like, you know, I want this.
Oh wow, Chaos.
Oh hey,
Thank
they
you
raided
so much for the
it.
raid.
Oh, should we start?
Nah, the 2 minutes. It's alright.
Okay. I was just like, howdy, aloha. I don't know. Were they playing Among Us?
No, I'm pretty sure they were playing Beat Saber.
Oh, okay.
But Chaos being Chaos just likes Among Us.
I mean, Among Us is friend shaped.
Yeah.
Is Among Us shape is very simple and cute, and I like it a lot more than Minions.
Well, thank you for the hydrate, Roa. Go hydrate as well if you want, Yatra.
Oh, I can. Okay, I can. I can just sip my coffee. I can also wait to chat. I have toggles.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're going live. There we are. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone in the Philippines, and good evening, everyone in the US of A. All right.
That's me.
Yay. Welcome to episode 32 of Shrine Talk. And of course, my guest for today is none other than Yatra, the cutest rat VTuber on Twitch.
Hi. Yes, that's me. Hi, greetings. Pleased to meet you. It's me, your local commander. Yatra. Hi, I'm pleased to meet you. We're having a good day. Hello. Alright, but I'm just a guest here for today. Hello. Wait, I can wave. Hi.
There you go.
Hopefully my hand shows up in this box. Yes, it does.
Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so before we go through with the talk, of course, I'd like to give this opportunity for Yatra to introduce herself. For those who are new to Shrine Talk, and of course, who are new to Yatra, Yatra, kindly introduce yourself to our lovely viewers.
Okay. Hi, I'm Yatra. I'm a tan say so question mark rat girl VTuber. I started streaming around October 1st last year. And I've been streaming semi-weekly ever since. Yeah. I like to play. I think I started getting like my following when I started playing like Strive pretty often. And before that I play a lot of like Monster Hunter. Actually, I have it in my bio that I like fighting games and Monster Hunter, but I haven't actually played it in a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I also like to play like indie games, JRPGs, or Nintendo games. My capture card doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, but I still do like Nintendo games a lot. Recently I've been playing I've been playing Monster Hunter for You on the 3DS, but if any of you guys have ever looked into getting capture cards for 3DS, it is very expensive, or you have to mod your 3DS heavily for it to work.
Yep.
Yes, I think that's the last game I played. Also, that game is chunky. Holy moly.
Nice.
Other than that, I've been doing art and doing personal projects, and I hope to open commission soon. Yeah. Hi. I also like drawing. Yeah. I haven't done an art stream in a while though. Hello.
Oh, good. Alright. So for today's topic, for this episode's topic, it's how we pick our mains in fighting games. And I particularly think this is a very important topic because it is something that really flies over people's heads whenever they play fighting games. But of course, before we get to the nitty-gritty of the episode, let's ask some basic questions, you know? Alright, so, Yatra, what was your first fighting game?
Like the first fighting game I ever played seriously was Guilty Gear.
Which one? Strive?
Strive actually is.
Okay.
For me, in another timeline, I probably would have been a Mei player because I thought her design was very cute. But since I didn't really have my fighting game fundamentals, trying to do the charge-ish inputs were kind of tricky for me.
Oh yeah.
So that was very difficult as I was like starting out. So I'm just like, it says this is a beginner-friendly character, and then I was like, maybe I should wait a bit. And then I was like, okay, let me try out. And then they released the season 1 pass, and I thought Jacko was very pretty. He's even more complicated for me to like wrap my head around because she's like a set play oriented. Yeah, she's a puppeteer and like
sort
a set
of
play.
a puppeteer.
Sort of.
Yeah.
She's a lot more toned down than Exert, which is the whole can of worms. It's so very confusing. And so I actually bounced around a couple of characters before I just kind of played Kai because I was like, I'm like new, and I think like a lot of people was telling me that he would be good fundamental basic character to learn how to play.
Yep.
Because it's like kind of a universal archetype, and I was like, hey, all right, I'll just play this guy because I can't quite figure out how to set up like all these type of minions and stuff. Was like too much for my brain. So
and then here we are president of the International Kai Kisk fan club,
I
Yatra
become,
Straza.
yeah, I've somehow become the Kiss like fan club ambassador, and then I don't know. I feel like he ended up being like my the mascot character for me. Even when I play fighting games, I play like pretty girls, but they don't quite stand up as pretty as Kai kids. Yeah, that's kind of how he ended up being my main. But I usually I usually try everyone out before, because usually when I do streams, I like to focus on like interacting with my audience. So I like to do player matches, but if I do like a little bit of labbing or testing things out with a new game, I usually do that on my own time, so I can be like, okay, these are what their commands do, and then trying to input them was I don't know. I used to have trouble doing like certain inputs, but now it like starts to become easier over time.
No, that's fair. Alright, so your first fighting game was Strive, and hilariously enough, you were, as you said, in an alternate timeline, you were going to be a Mei player.
That is true. I've mentioned this. I was like, I liked Mei because she had Dolphin. I'm like, how do Dolphin too hard?
Man, I can just imagine Skull shivering in the background because of the Totsugeki PTSD he has.
Wait, is there a story to this? Oh no.
Okay. Long time ago in a channel stream far away, Skull brought it upon himself to watch a video called 10 Hours of Totsugeki.
Oh.
And it's, as it implies, it is just, Mei saying Totsugeki for 10 hours. And he actually watched it all the way to the end, and I'm just like, why would you do that?
Did he lose a bet? He did it willingly.
He did it willingly. That's the scary part.
He did this of his own free will.
He did. He really did. He did do it on his own free will, and I'm just like, I don't know why.
That's, oh my goodness. I just thought, like, I don't know, something about Mei's design I really liked as well. So I don't know, it like, I feel like Shoto characters kind of reflect like my type of I like being balanced and having a toolkit that helps me to give me options. So I generally like having a DP when I play any character. Oh yeah.
Now you're called Kai Kisk balanced. I know a certain penguin that's writhing in his bed right now.
That is true. I do think he is balanced though, if not like comparatively to like how Mei's pretty good this patch in particular.
Mei is particularly very strong in this patch. The amount of damage she does is insane.
Yeah. I think for Strive was the one that really got me into fighting games, and I'm kind of glad it did, because recently I actually my friend was very kind and he gifted me Street Fighter, and then I picked up a character. I was like, you should play a Shoto, and I'm like, oh hey, these are still kind of the same. Like, I can grasp, since I already kind of familiar with the archetype, when I pick up another character who has like a similar skill kit. There's like, of course, some things that are very different, like game mechanic wise, but
yeah,
now that I'm a bit more familiar with it, like, you know, there's like a B reversal, and like the meter usage is a bit different, how to activate it, etc. learning. I learned very quickly. You don't mash in Street Fighter. A very important lesson. Being very patient. So I actually kind of like neutrals.
Oh, yep, a certain penguin would be writhing in his bed right now. But anyway, yeah.
Oh my god.
So would you say that...
Nice.
Would you say that whenever you play a fighting game now, because of Kai, you try to look for Kai in other fighting games? Or is it unique to every fighting game that you play?
That's a good question. Generally, if I do get a new, I pick up a new game. I do try to I do the thing where I go through everyone in the roster and I'll kind of try everyone and look at their moveset. Cause like, the way I like to imagine it is like, if I'm gonna try it, it's like kind of like trying on new clothes. You might find someone who clicks with you that isn't entirely like the archetype you like. And I want to be open-minded to like the possibility of it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, type of thing. So it's like it's like I guess my comfort zone, but I'm not afraid to step out of it and be like, this is really different. I'm gonna have to put some time into learning this character, but I really actually like playing them type of thing.
I mean, to be fair, just so that it's out there, there's no wrong way to pick a main in a fighting game. Everyone has their reasons and I would say their own journey when it comes to finding their main.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I feel like when you pick a character, it becomes like very kind of like your personal, like it's very personal, kind of intimate in a way, because it's a character that becomes like your avatar for like how much you grow with them. Because you know, depending on the game, like the character should, you know, has the toolkits, but you can also learn from other people who like play the same character. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to respond to that situation. That might not always work. It's like a RPS type of thing.
Well, a metaphor that I did learn in swordsmanship class is that weapons are not really tools. Weapons are sort of like an extension of yourself when you use it. So I kind of see fighting game characters the same way. Like, fighting game characters, I think, are not just an avatar or a character that we pick, but it's also like an extension of ourselves. So, just to give an example, like Senna mentioned, although he loves picking Rushdown, like in Soul Calibur, he picks Young Mina, who is his owner, and his reason is quite simple. It's because she feels right. And the reason why it feels right is, again, because I believe fighting game characters are like an extension of ourselves. They're not just characters that we pick. So, if I were to suggest someone to someone when they ask me like, "Hey Yoko, who should I pick?" I would literally say, pick who feels right for you or who feels fun to play. All right. Oh yeah.
That is good advice too, because sometimes I feel like not everyone wants to take the time to go through every single character in the roster.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get. Though Strive has a very small roster that
I'd say modest.
expands.
I'd say modest. Yeah, I'd say
yeah,
modest.
because like, but it's something like considered like I'm thinking of like Smash. I guess Smash Ultimate is a fighting game if you really.
I mean, look at Tekken. Look at Tekken. Tekken 7 has such a huge character roster without the DLCs even.
Yeah, I feel like there's someone who will definitely click for you, even if you're like, no, you should. I think there are some people that do definitely like the white. They just play because they want the waifu or the husbando, and that's fine. There's always someone. There's probably a character for you.
Yeah, I mean, my very first fighting game was Tekken 3 actually. Tekken 3 on the PlayStation. And I did not even play that game by choice. The reason why I played that game was Brother Nari needed a non-CPU opponent to practice, so he taught me how to play fighting games. And that was the last time that he ever made that mistake ever again, because he's never beat me ever since. And the funny thing is, in Tekken 3, I remember he had two characters. He played either King or Law. Unfortunately for him, I picked Paul. And the reason why I picked Mr. Deathfist himself was, one, I found his hairstyle very funny. And second, I just found his attack really funny. Like, oh, he does a death fist. Okay, funny. I saw the amount of damage. I'm like, oh boy, that's a lot of damage for one hit. So yes, it's just really, really funny.
To be fair, playing a character because they have a funny move is valid.
I mean, everyone has their reasons of picking a character, and of course, like, goofy reasons are one of the best reasons to ever go. I mean, when I first played Guilty Gear, one of my first mains wasn't even Baiken. It was actually Mei. And the reason why was because funny sound effects whenever she moves, and little girl with big anchor, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like, well, honestly, all their character designs are very striking, but I feel like Mei, like her little sway when she, I feel like in older games actually, she had like a very cute sway when she moved.
Yes, a very noticeable sway. And then that was Tekken 3. Then I don't know when I started, but I think it was about Street Fighter 4 onwards. That when I was like, oh wow, hot woman. I'll always pick the female characters.
That's valid.
That's valid.
That's valid.
I mean, ever since then, like when I played Guilty Gear again, I'm like, I like Baiken. I like Baiken. I'll pick Baiken. I also learned Amelia Rage as well. And in Street Fighter 4, I did learn Chun-Li, Kami, and Makoto when Makoto was DLC. And surprise, surprise, when Tekken 7 came out, the first character I did practice was Asuka, and the first I mained was Kazumi. And those are still my mains. And funny enough, like, I think you were here several times, Yatra. Whenever someone asks me, who do I main in Tekken 7? I'm just like, okay, that is a trick question. Let's see. Zafina, Konimitsu, Kazumi, Asuka, Lily. It's like, if it's a female character, I probably main them. Probably main them. I mean, even Julia in Tekken 4, she was the first character I learned in that damn game.
Sometimes it's just as simple as girl pretty.
Girl pretty or husbando handsome. That's it.
Husbando handsome. Me play. Wow, very cool.
And of course, like Street Fighter 6, the first character I learned was Chun-Li and Juri.
Okay, Juri, not gonna lie, looks really great in Street Fighter 6, so I understand.
And I mean, Jesus, have you seen, like, people will not shut up, thankfully, will not shut up about the physics when the developers had the match between Kami and Mana. Because of the physics. And I'm like, look, I was gonna pick Kami before the physics were revealed, but it's just funny. My goodness.
I feel like, kind of like, yeah. Oh my god, I was really surprised when I was playing Street Fighter with friends casually, and then I was like, damn, these characters' feats are like huge, and I'm like, oh wow, they look so pleasant. Like they don't look. I was like, why did they make this decision? It's very interesting.
Hmm.
And I think when I dabble into other games, I don't know. I guess it depends when I get the feel, because I think the hurdles I always go over is I have to figure out what's a high and what's a low, so I know when to block it. Sometimes certain games like Blaze Blue, Blaze Central Fiction, I think is very deceiving. Like I think the move that I see the character doing looks like a high, but then I actually have to barrier block low, and I'm like, huh? What? Oh, because I think I'm used to like different like I don't know what the hitboxes are, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. I mean, I have resources to look it up if I actually need to, but for the most time when I'm playing, I'm always making like so much like quick decision making I have to make, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna YOLO it. I hope this is the correct button to block.
I mean, we're practically in the same wavelength. I mean, I remember that Metal Gear Solid meme. Plus, minus, I don't know what you're talking about. I operate on instinct. Like, yeah, damn right.
Literally, yeah, that's me for real. Yeah, that's
whenever
me.
I swear to God, whenever Sheikah's like, "Why are you mashing? You're minus, bro. You think I'm minus? You think I'm minus? You think I know I'm minus? I'm gonna press buttons. I don't care.
That's literally me now, bro.
Why would you do that? I'm plus. I don't know. You don't look plus to me.
I don't know. You look plus. Your knees look open, so I'm just gonna give you a little kick in your shins and hope that maybe I won't get hit.
How did you block that? I don't know. I don't know how I blocked it. I just did.
It's always like the thing for me when someone asks me, I'm like, how did you know to block and to punish, and then you did a super, and I'm like, I just thought it was the right thing to do, and I did it, but that's not. I mean,
when I first met Senna, Senna had the right idea, and Unagi quoted it. You're only minus if you're a bitch. I was sick. Actually, yeah. You're only minus if you're a bitch.
You're only minus if you're a bitch.
Yeah, that's such a mood.
To live by.
Oh, Yatra, do you believe in a tier list?
Oh, okay. Tier list. Okay. I don't. Okay. For tier list, I like it for the fact that it facilitates like an open discussion.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think tier lists are like the definitive way to pick a character or like how you should feel about it, because I honestly, you should just play what character you think is cool and if they're fun. And I feel like more modern fighting game titles don't have as much like polarizing like supposedly bottom tier matchups as compared to like older games.
Yep, that is very true. I mean, Tekken 4, there were only 3 tiers in Tekken 4. Jin, Steve, everybody else. That's it. That's literally the tier list for Tekken 4. You had Jin at top tier, Steve at second, and then everybody else at bottom tier.
Oh my god, that sounds rough. Yeah, cause I play a little like retro fighting games before on like Fightcade and such, and it's like, yeah, when you play a character that's a bottom tier, it definitely feels very different. But I think for tier lists, like, you can take them with a grain of salt, but I think it should be like why I think these characters are in this tier and for different reasons. Like,
oh yeah, and
yeah, the discussion you have about it, I think, is like the most important. But it's not like Just because you want to play a high tier doesn't mean like it's gonna be easy. You might have to put some work into the character, or maybe they're like a very like anyone can cook with type of character too. It
Well,
kind of varies from game to game.
yeah, I mean, tier lists, I think, should be seen as guidelines, not like a fucking Bible scripture or something. Because it has been proven time and again that picking someone top tier doesn't guarantee a tournament win. I mean, one of the most prominent examples is Rank Chu in Tekken World Tour. He literally picked a garbage tier character, Panda. And he didn't even pick Panda because he's garbage tier or she's very difficult to fight. It's because he quote, "I can't sidestep for my life in a game where sidestepping is really important. So I picked a character where sidestepping is irrelevant because Panda's sidestep is shit." And Ranchu proceeded to beat Ni and Kudans, and both of them were using god tier character Devil Jin with a garbage tier character. And the irony is that outside of the pro scene, one of the characters with the most number of wins online is garbage tier. And it's not Lucky Chloe, it's Gigas. Because no one knows how to fight Gigas. No one studies how to fight a garbage tier character.
It becomes a bit of like a knowledge check.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Wait,
And to add to that, Unagi, about RAM players not really winning a lot of tournaments despite being high tier. I mean, that there's also that recent trend where tier lists vary from culture to culture. Because every region has their own philosophy, what is strength and what is weak. What is strong and what is weak. I think for Japan, their tier list is like how strong is their entire kit. Like it has to be their entire kit. But for US or the West, I think it's how strong is their specialty. That's why you have people like Nago, Leo, Ram, HC being top tier because in their specialty field, they are arguably the best. But for Japan, they put Chip, Soul Bad Guy, like way up there in the tier list. And it's because their entire kit is actually pretty strong. They're not specialists, no, but they are very strong at what they do. And that's their definition. And of course, the recent winner of Art Rev was Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, it was a
Soul Bad Guy, yeah.
It was a Soul Bad Guy.
It was an HC, and it's funny because prior to that, the Western scene was sort of low-key, making fun of Japan because their top tier wasn't the same as theirs. It wasn't HC or Leo or Nagoriyuki. It was completely different, and Japan was just like, haha. Okay, we'll just prove it ourselves in Art Rev.
And
really... that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And I was just like, That's why I believe tier lists are not really Bible scripture. It's a good... it is a good guideline, but it's not set in stone. And just to add to this, like, everyone... The whole crux of this topic is that everyone has their own method and reason for picking their mains, and it is a habit and mentality that carries over. I mean, you do have people like me and Yatra, we just really like, can I vibe with this character? Okay, I'm vibing, I'm picking this character, I'm playing this character.
Yeah, it's more like, it's kind of like you conduct a vibe check. I'm vibe. We alright, let's go.
Yeah, let's go with this character. And then you also have people with you have people like Sheikah who will look for a character they can win with before they consider making them their mains. And then of course you have archetype loyalists like Chaos who pick grapplers because that's his favorite playstyle, grapplers. And you also have players like Unagi who just pick the goofiest character because they're fun to play, and yeah, whatever, fuck it, we ball. So yeah, I mean, there is really no wrong way to pick a main. And hilariously enough, how you pick your main in one game doesn't always mean that's who you are, how you are going to find a main in another game, which is very interesting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just looking at the roster
varies.
right now, looking at the roster of SF6 right now, Yatra, who do you think you would pick up?
I need to actually look.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like for me, when I asked, everyone was like, I feel like you'd play Luke or Ken. Interestingly enough, I was like, this is because like I usually play Shoto, so I see why you would think that, but there's some like, I think they're just like some of the newer characters. Like I think Kimberly and Lily look very very interesting too. And they're all like newcomers in this game.
Well, for me, it's very simple. Whammin. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna pick
like,
the Whammin.
You're like Whammin.
Whammin.
That's wow.
But yeah, having played Kimberly, I think you are going to enjoy Kimberly very much.
Yeah, I feel like Kimberly, the different, not like new character, but she does look very cool.
She is very cool, and she is very, 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 very frustrating to play against. Kimberly is such a good character.
I don't know about Jury. What type of character is she?
Jury is sort of a rushdown, I think.
Oh.
She's sort of a rushdown with a couple of zoning tech. But yeah, do you remember a time, Yatra, when there was a time that you picked the main in a different manner compared when you usually do? So yeah,
okay.
if like an example, you say you always usually pick Shotos. Was there one time where you didn't pick a Shoto as a main?
I think I think it was when I like played Grand Blue versus.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually play like a stance based like mid rushdown character. I play UL in that game.
Oh.
But I actually don't play as I didn't go through the roster, but I was just like, this is like the only character that really I want to put time, or like I would be more interested in putting time into playing at the moment, because I was very casual about it before they announced Rising. Because I was like, well, I don't know if you're actually ever going to add like rollback to this game. And then I'm like, oh, cool, Rising's coming out.
Neat, yeah. I
Yay,
mean, when I played
cool.
Grand Blue, of course I went for the Whammin. Also, I went for the Whammin. I went for Katarina.
Yeah, you went for Catalina. Okay, I had a feeling.
But hilariously though, my main is not even my usual archetype for fighting games. I don't really gravitate around Shotos or all-rounders, but my main is actually an all-rounder. I picked Cheetah. And hilariously enough, the reasoning why is kind of dumb. I literally picked Cheetah just because she has Deadly Rave.
Ah.
She has Geese Howard's Deadly Rave. That's the only reason why I picked her.
Okay. Respectable choice. You're a Dita player.
Yeah, I'm a Cheetah player. I just like the fact that she has Geese Howard's Deadly Rave. And ironically enough, Geese, in his own goddamn game of KOF 15, doesn't even have his most iconic move. He doesn't have Deadly Rave. I'm just like, you're telling me that this anime fighter based on a gacha game has Deadly Rave, but Geese in KOF doesn't? What the fuck?
Because like wait, can you explain to me what is a deadly rave? It's like a is it like the multi-hit type of move or?
It's a multi-hit super move, and you have to do manual inputs for each move in that sequence. If
Ah,
you
okay.
miss even one, you get shit damage. And that's her like level 3. I'm just calling it a level 3 super. That's her basically her full bar super, and I'm just like, this is literally Deadly Rave. That's cool. And I enjoyed practicing how to do it and stuff. Okay, here's an interesting question. Have you ever dropped a main?
Hmm. Have I ever dropped a character?
Yeah, have you ever dropped a main?
Hmm.
Like, you did not play them for an extended period of time. Like, a considerable amount of time that people would think you don't main them anymore.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like for me, usually when I pick a character, I usually stick to them
Hmm.
for the most part. Yeah, I feel like usually I don't know. I feel like usually if I do drop a character, it might be because I'm not sure. Might be some game balancing decision, some game balancing where it's like they don't quite feel like
Hmm.
they. I don't know. On
Understandable.
the developers end, they kind of like. I guess they're trying to balance the game, but this character I like doesn't quite feel the same way that I like playing them for.
Hmm.
No.
I mean, that is understandable. I mean, a lot of people stopped playing Leo after his rebalance because he just
Mm,
wasn't fun to play anymore. From what
mm.
I've heard. From what I've heard. So yeah. Was there any similar situation to that?
Not. I feel like. I can't think of one at the top of my head though. Usually, I'm think. Was it 'cause I play fighting games? I usually always sort of dabble around, but there wasn't one that I entirely like dropped completely.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your
I think
mains must be
about
proud of you then.
it. Yeah, I feel like once I do like a character, I become like a bit of a character loyalist to a degree.
I mean, same here. I don't really drop mains. I maybe change mains and they turn into pockets. But I still do play them from time to time. I mean, the first character that I did play in Strive was Ramlethal and
Mm-hmm.
Eno, and I don't play them a lot anymore, but I still do play them once in a while because I still do enjoy playing them. So yeah, it is quite sad though whenever I see people drop their mains, but usually it's for understandable reasons.
Yeah, because I do realize some people do want to play like competitively. So if there's like some major nerf or something that like kind of makes it harder for them to work around, they switch. I get it. I do have pocket characters though, like cause I feel like if I play like a Blaze Blue, I'll play my occasionally, but I think S is still like my main. I just kind of think I don't know. I kind of just sometimes I kind of just want to go Unga, and she's like the character I like for that.
That's fair.
Um, let's see. I think I'm thinking, cause like I do play dabble a bit in DNF, but I think like it's a bit too flowcharty for me.
Oh,
Yeah, cause like, what's that? Um, let's see. Cause I kind of like having to do more like things to be a bit more free form, but when they're like kind of what my move like certain like I don't like being optimal. I guess.
oh,
And
Chico
so
would like to have a word with you.
yeah, I'm like I don't want to. Optimization is nice, but I kind of just prefer like being more free form with my act, like what I want to do.
That's
I
fair.
guess it's like my player expression.
Oh, that is a very interesting word, and yes, I am low key calling out that stupid tweet where combo expression is not a real thing.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
remember
that's
that
stupid
tweet.
ass
Oh my
tweet.
god.
How important for you is character and combo expression?
Uh, uh, okay, like, oh my god, it was dumb.
I know it's
for
dumb.
for combos, I feel like, um, I think, I don't know. I feel like I don't think too much about combos too much. If it just, I kind of get used to like pressing buttons in a certain manner of succession, but I realize like sometimes my habits will become a bit too predictable, so I want to mix things up somehow. But I don't feel like doing maximum optimal combos is like the way you have to play the game. Like it's nice if you take the time to do it, but I feel like it's not inherently like, I think it's one of the biggest hurdles that people who are new into fighting games, they get very intimidated by all the time they have to learn and put into the game, especially like learning combos in succession or doing trials and such. Um at least when I ask friends who are like not into fighting games, I'm like, well, what is it about it that like kind of intimidates you from it? Because I want to like understand, and usually they're intimidated by being stuck in the corner and getting hit with combos and not knowing what to do.
I mean, that is a very common. That is a
Hmm.
very common, understandable reason as to why people are scared to touch fighting games. I mean, people pay a lot of money, like upwards of 40 to 60 bucks, not to get hit, but to hit people.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
of course, the problem also is that the fucking community can be gatekeepy at times, so.
Imitation. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like though, yeah, the price point for the games I also kind of get. Because it is like, do I really want to play a game where I'll pay for this and I won't put as much time into it as I should? I'm like, it's kind of I kind of understand if you kind of just want to go for a quick match in like a certain game or so.
Yep.
I do think with fighting games though, once you kind of learn certain games, like it'll definitely carry over. Like you're like being impatient and learning when to not hit or press a button will definitely carry over. But I guess it's like, if you're gonna pick up like a shooter, I think the universal like aim and click will always it's always gonna be in every game to some capacity if you play a
Yep.
shooters with your friends or not.
I mean, I remember the time when Guilty Gear Strive was announced, and Daisuke mentioned the direction he's taking the game, and a lot of Guilty Gear loyalists were just not having any of it. Like, they were propping up Xrd Revelator 2 or Accent Core the same way Melee players in Smash prop Melee in comparison to, like, Brawl Smash for Ultimate. And hilariously enough, I'm just like, guys, the game is not even out yet. The
And then
game is not even out yet. How can you guys like say that Strive is going to be garbage? And hilariously enough, no matter how wrong or right they are, they cannot ignore the metric and the numbers that Guilty Gear Strive brings. The amount of money it has made, how much sales it has for a fighting game, especially for a modern fighting game, is a very huge achievement.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if it's more like, I guess, like casual and beginner friendly, I think that's not Like that's probably the type of you want you want as much people to like play your game as possible and have an enjoyable experience, right? So I'm like I have played how do I explain? I played Exard and Accent Core a couple of times. But I feel like since Exard is it kind of feels like when I play it, it's like I'm kind of if I play online with like people that aren't friends, it feels like I'm kind of walking into a lobby where everyone's already like done their research, done their classes, almost done with the end of their curriculum, and I'm just sort of like, "Hey guys, uh, did you guys finish the homework assignment?" And they're already kind of working on their thesis and just like
Lol.
refining their gameplay, and I'm just like, oh, I'm still kind of figuring this out, type of thing. So it feels like you're kind of late to joining, but you know, so, type of thing. So I think if, and I did I think gatekeeping is I really one of the most like things I really don't understand because actually I think not on your actually on your podcast I think a while ago when you were doing like a Shrine Talk Plus and you guys were talking about like I think
Yeah, we were talking about gatekeeping. I mean,
gatekeeping and like streaming thing.
yeah, people just want to feel superior. That's the problem. Even if it means making others feel like they are inferior, they're gonna fucking do it. And like me personally, I'm like, guys, bigger picture here. Do you really want to scare off newcomers from your game? And here's what, in any game, not just fighting games in particular, but in any game, the pro scene and the hardcore scene really need to drill this into their heads. The most important part of the community and the player base is not you guys. It's the casuals. They're the ones that are keeping your game alive. Especially when it's a multiplayer game.
True. I feel like the amount of people who are like who play like professionally, like they compete and stuff, is like a smaller pool of people than like casual player base. That's how it should be.
I mean, I feel like we demonstrated it yesterday, Yatra. Who was the highest streamer count in Soul Calibur 6? Fucking casuals!
Let's go!
We were just pressing buttons for fun, and we had the most viewers on Soul Calibur 6.
That's all.
A game that has lost relevance, people make fun of. We're still keeping this shit alive. It's fun. Because the game's just fun. That's it.
Yeah, the game is fun with friends, and that's kind of and it works. The net play works, and it's good.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's good that it's always pretty consistent. There are sometimes a little bit of hiccups, but it's very consistent. So I really do value games that have good net play.
Yeah, and
like a good net play experience is extremely important.
Another thing also to add when it comes to picking our mains, it's sort of it's kind of related to what Unagi said earlier, because she did say that there are, and this is very true, there are a lot of hardcore, quote-unquote, hardcore gamers that make fun of people who play Elden Ring and fight bosses with incantations, spells, and the spirit ashes, and I'm just like, guys, you do realize that it was added in the game. It's not a cheat. And if you guys actually play the game, boss fights are balanced around that. Even no hit runners allow that shit. Like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. You're not really playing the game, you're cheesing it. I'm like, It's in the game. It's in the game. And these incantations and spells and ashen spirits are cool. If Miyazaki didn't want me to use it, why do they look so goddamn cool? I'm sorry. And in fighting games, the same goes for whenever people pick cheesy characters with busted moves. I'm just like, hey, don't blame me, man. Blame the developer. Not my damn fault. And I'm just like, again, and Chaos knows this problem because it's mostly people who pick grapplers and zoners that get hate. And I'm just like, the devs added these characters to the game. I don't know why you guys are saying, like, if you pick a grappler or a zoner, you're not really playing the game. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this character that was placed in the game of the developer is not a real character, but okay. Apparently, you know more than the developer.
Like, the developer... I guess it depends on how much the developer team, like, listens to the... listens to, like, what the players want from their game or whatnot. I guess it kind of varies, because sometimes they're like, hey, can you fix the matchmaking in your game? And they're like, yeah, nah. We're just gonna not listen to you guys or whatnot, I think. Or they'll be like, hey, this doesn't work. Can you fix it? And I'm like, and sometimes they'll be like, okay, we'll do maintenance and try to fix it. I'm like, thank you. I think having the developer, like the PR team, and having the players like help make the game work is very important.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really ironic and sad because on one end, I'm like, guys, why are you talking about it as if it's killing the game? And that's one line you hear a lot. This character's killing the game! And if you did any research for even just half a minute, oh, I don't know, the viewer and player count doesn't seem to be suggesting that the game is dying. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe your interest in the game is dying because you just can't get good. That's not my fucking problem.
Yeah, so it becomes like I guess it's like if there's like a character that's difficult to deal with, it's kind of up to you to like figure out how to play against it, because like the game is what it is. The game is what it is. Unless they decide to like do a balance update or change it or whatnot. That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, very good point there. Alright, now let's move on to part 2, and this is where we get the juicier questions. Alright. So we've talked about how we picked our mains in fighting games. Now here's a trick question. What do you usually do when a character you main in a fighting game is suddenly not there?
Oh, it's like if they weren't there.
Yeah, because it does happen. I mean, there are iconic characters in several fighting games. All of a sudden, in the latest iteration, he or she is not there. I mean, for example, Baiken, ever since she was a playable character, skipped out on literally 2 Guilty Gear games. She skipped out on Revelator and Xrd. She didn't come back until Revelator 2. So yeah, what do you usually do?
There's a character I didn't. Okay.
Or it can even be a hypothetical. Like, let's say that Guilty Gear Strive Accent Revelator Core Plus. Suddenly Kai Kisk is not there. What would you do?
They took out the 2 poster boys of their franchise.
Yeah, what would you do?
what is this? This is the timeline where I would become the May player.
Oh.
I feel like I would if it wasn't like a Shoto character or like an archetype. I'll try to find someone new that I could take some time to play or figure out that I would like. I feel like I don't know, archetypal character is always gonna be universal in every game.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I can imagine myself playing a guard player.
Hmm. Okay.
But I'm open to the idea of playing one if there was like it was like a more like unorthodox type of fighting game.
I see. I see.
Yeah, I like old reliable, but if old reliable is not there, I will have to figure something out.
Well, that's the one advantage of not being a character loyalist. I mean, me personally, I am an archetype loyalist, and my archetype is funny because my archetype is Whammon.
Whammon.
It's not rushdown, grappler, zoner, all-rounder. No, it's Whammon. So
it would
people
be...
like me and Chaos, like, oh, Potemkin's not here, that's fine, we'll find another grappler, we're good.
Oh no, so if you were to play a fighting game where all the characters were men...
I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I think
I am royally fucked. But here's the thing. Video game developers know you can't have a video game without Whammon, it just won't sell.
That
so
is
it's
true.
impossible. I'm sorry, it ain't happening.
You must be right. I mean, there's always gonna be Whammon.
There's always gonna be Whammon.
And if they were to not, wait,
but
okay,
hypothetically,
I think hypothetically, maybe like the JoJo fighting game probably has only men because it's JoJo.
No, I'm pretty sure there was one fighting game.
Is there one?
I know
okay.
there was one. I'm pretty
there
sure
was
there was
one
one.
Whammon.
Yeah,
Okay, I was like thinking there's probably a game like
the very first JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game, and even Fist of the North Star. I know they had at least one female character.
Wait, the Fist of the North Star game had it had a one Whammon. Okay.
Yeah, it did have. But if a fighting game were to come out without a female character, I'd still find someone that's fun to play. I'd still find someone who's very fun to play. I mean, because, again, for me, my priority for any game, but in fighting games in particular, fun. Like, there has to be someone who's very fun to play. Or the game itself has to be very fun that everyone is fun to play. I mean, it's kind of weird, probably, for some people to hear this, but I enjoyed playing Ryu in Street Fighter 6 because the mechanics of Street Fighter 6 just allows stale, plain bread Ryu to actually be fun to play. Like, I honestly, like, really mean it. Like Ryu is a Shoto, and Shoto's already very straightforward, and he is arguably the most straightforward Shoto you can ever get. And he feels so fun to play in Street Fighter 6. I don't know how to describe it, because I don't think words will cut it, but if and when some of you will be able to play the beta or the demo or whatever Street Fighter 6, you will probably understand what I mean. I don't know how Capcom did it, but somehow they made plain stale bread Ryu really fun to play.
Sometimes stale old bread is the good old reliable, so you know.
I mean, yeah, of course. Alright. Alright, next question that we do have here. What is the one kind of fighting game archetype that you hate to play? Everyone has one.
I think...
And there is a follow-up question. There's a reason why I am asking this. So, yeah.
Okay. I think for me, I think it's the ones that have like their hit like unreasonable, not maybe like their hitboxes are more in their favor, I think. I'm trying to think of one.
Hmm.
That are characters that are like purely knowledge checks.
Could
But
you
then like
describe
it
one?
no knowledge check. Honestly, weirdly enough, first character I thought of was like Lost Warrior from DNF Duel.
Mm-hmm.
Because that character is mostly a knowledge check character. And I think 90% of characters in Blaze Blue are like gimmicks. You have to understand their gimmicks and their knowledge checks.
Now, how about someone from Strive? Is anyone in
Oh, from
Strive?
Strive? I
Yeah, just
think...
so we have a very simple example.
Oh, simpler, okay. I was thinking like Happy Chaos or Ramathal? Ramathal has very like unreasonable hitboxes too, actually.
Mm.
I feel
Like her 6P.
yeah, I was thinking like her slash and far slash beats like most like other pokes. Trying to chat is saying Jacko? Jack? I don't find it up
Jacko or
against Jackos.
Jacko is a knowledge check of Strive and people don't talk about her enough. That is very true.
She's underrated, yeah.
Look gapless in the dictionary, it's a picture of Jacko just kicking the butts.
It's her 2K.
Fucking.
Mm.
For me, the kind of characters I don't like are the ones that break the rules.
Oh, of the game?
Yeah, it's the ones that break the rules of the games, the game. And there are characters that there are some characters in Strive that I would never ever fight. Whether it be before, especially before they got nerfed. And one of them actually for me was Nagoriyuki. Like, Nagoriyuki, it's not even his special canceling that pisses me off. It's he really can eliminate your health bar if you're not Milia or Chip, because if you're one of those characters, you just die. He can literally eliminate 80% of your health bar, and all he does is potentially lose half his health bar when he pops. And that's literally it. Like, I don't know, there's just something about Nagoriyuki that just makes him very, very frustrating to play against. But that was before the nerf. After the nerf, I would say he's still quite annoying to fight, but he's definitely way more fair, because now his one-shot mechanic is really high risk, very high reward. Because when he is in that state of he can one-shot people, basically when he has high blood, he can also be one-shotted by people. So characters whose risk reward are so horribly skewed that it's unfair. Yeah, actually, that's a good way to put it, Senna. If the risk is outweighed by its reward, like there really isn't any risk, like what then? What the fuck? You're calling this character high risk, high reward, but the risk is an illusion, then what the fuck is... Yeah, what is... Yeah. In Blood Rage 3, Geok and TODM, you see, that's the balancing act. Now the risk is real with Nagoriyuki. You look at someone who is high risk, high reward in Tekken 7, Lucky Chloe. Because a lot of Lucky Chloe's high damaging moves are very punishable, very blockable, very sidesteppable. If you get hit by them though, you will lose half your life bar, if not more. But the reason why she is balanced... Sorry, Sheikah. The reason why she is balanced is because her neutral moves, her safe moves are shit. Like, her neutral game is arguably one of the worst in Tekken. Just about any time a Lucky Chloe player hits you, they had to risk something. and the payback if they do get blocked or sidestepped or whiff punished is very painful. But yeah, pre-nerf Nago, I was just like, who the fuck greenlit this guy? Pre-nerf Nago. And Launch Soul. Launch Soul, oh my god. Launch Soul was a very huge sticking point for me because Far Slash is already fucking stupid. Far Slash is very fucking stupid as it is. But what even pissed me more off, I'll let Yatra guess this one. What do you think about Soul? Especially Launch Soul pissed me off the most.
Was it his Far Slash?
No, not Far Slash. I mean Far Slash, everyone was already pissed at the Far Slash, so it's not Far Slash. Something else pissed me off more than Far Slash. Launch Soul almost made me quit early, not gonna lie. I feel you there, Senna.
Oh, was it his wild throw?
Nope, not even Wild Throw. Nope.
Wild throw is definitely he doesn't have Gunflame YRC.
No, nah, it wasn't Gunflame, no. It's a very simple move. But when you understand the nuances of it, you're like, no fucking way, this is Daisuke's vision.
Is it his 2D?
Nope, not 2D.
Alright, I'll let you speak.
Alright, chat. I'll let you guys guess.
What is it?
Roa guessed 6p. Nope, not 6p. It's 5k. Correct. It's 5k.
It's 5k?
Yes. Just about everyone's fastest move is a move that comes out on 5 frames. Like, it's active on the 5th frame of its animation. So, for some people, it's 5p, 2p. Usually it's punch. Usually it's p. Because short range. So, it makes sense that it comes out fast. Not Soul's 5k. For some stupid reason, it comes out on the 3rd frame. I'm like, huh? You're telling me that Soul's 5k, which is also a combo tool, comes out faster than everybody else's fastest move? What the fuck? It's that kind of decision that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, for example, if Potemkin's fastest move was 1 or 2 frames slower than everyone else's, it makes sense because 1, he is a grappler. Number 2, his health compensates for it. And number 3, his damage output compensates for his sluggishness. Look, I don't memorize Dust Loop. I don't know Potemkin's fastest move, but let's assume that Potemkin's fastest move comes out on 6 frames, not the standard 5. I'd understand that. But when you have an all-rounder like Soul, and this is Launch Soul, who was already very fast and hits hard, he has a 3-frame punish. How is that fair? How is that fucking fair? It just doesn't really make any goddamn sense to me. When there is something that looks like it was overlooked. Like, huh. So yeah, when you have characters like that who just break universal rules or something, like, that is dumb. That is the equivalent, guys, that is the equivalent of someone in Tekken if they had a 9-frame punish. Because everyone has the 10-frame punish. It is called the 10-frame punish because it's a universal rule. If there is a move that is minus 10 frames, it is considered unsafe. Because every character has one move, at least one move, that comes out at 10 frames. Alright? 10 frames. 10 frames. In Tekken, it is a general rule. If there is a move that is minus 10, it's punishable. Could you imagine if there was a character that had a 9-frame punish? That just...
That wouldn't be fair.
That wouldn't be fair. It's straight up. That isn't fair, because that's unheard of. That is literally unheard of, because no one in the game has a 9-frame punish. But if suddenly there was one character that did, I'm like, huh? What? Even with only just half a meter, he can do 70% HP damage from a 5k round start. Yeah, that's the problem with Soul. Like, he did not need it, yet he had it. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Alright, Yatra. Next question. If someone were to ask you to help them pick a main, how would you help them pick?
Usually I would just say pick someone who you think looks cool or is pretty. And I would ask them like how much, and also how much time they want to play the game. Because like not everyone, like I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I'll never be a top level player. I'm like, that's because you watch, you're like, not everyone has to be, you know? Although I do think this taking the time and like kind of looking through all the characters that you think is interesting is a good thing to do as well. I definitely think like, you know, because you might think, I like how this character looks and how they feel, but then you'll like kind of play them and you're like, this doesn't quite like click with me, or it's like too complicated, or I want something more simple, or if you know you want to put the time into it type of thing. So I usually just go with what you think looks cool or is pretty, and then you can just start from there, and then you could slowly take some time to like play them. I'm not saying I'm allergic to the training room or anything, or to labbing, but I know that's not something everyone wants to put the time into doing.
That's true. Yeah.
So sometimes it's as simple as that, because like I usually go through, take my time to pick a character before I like actually stick with them. Not everyone is, but sometimes people are when they ask me or recommend like a character recommendation. Sometimes I'll like not always, but I'll get recommended like people who are playing Strive, especially when the crossplay update for Xbox, there was like a lot of new players. So like, hey, you play this game, right? Who do you recommend playing? I'm like, oh, you should just find who you think looks cool. Take your time. You can figure it out. Just keep playing and have fun. Most importantly, have fun. And if you're not having fun, take a break. It's very important to take breaks if you're not having a good time.
I agree. Well, for me, there is sort of like a process that I go through. Whenever someone asks me, hey, who do you think I should play? If I could, I would ask them, like, have you played other fighting games before? And if they did, I'd ask them, well, who did you main back then? Who did you play before? If they didn't, I'd ask them what games do they usually play. And if they tend to play fast-paced games like FPS games or Souls games, for example, I'd have them pick like a rushdown character.
Oh, that's actually.
But if
good,
they like
yes.
slow-paced games like turn-based RPGs, exploration games, Power Wash Simulator, I would have them. Sorry, just a little bit of a nod there. Power Wash Simulator, I would probably let them play like a Shoto or a Zoner. Probably something like that. Something that would fit the pace. Because not even to set them for life in a fighting game, but in my opinion, in any game, especially fighting games and multiplayer games, first impressions are very important. So if a person likes playing fast games, give them someone who is fast-paced. If people like playing slow-paced games, they like to take their time, they want their decisions to feel deliberate, give them a slow-paced character. Someone who's very like, I wouldn't say flowcharty, but they rely on like knowing the tempo of the game, knowledge checks and whatnot. So you give them a zoner or a very thinky kind of character. So if I were to say in Strive, if someone was fast-paced, I give them someone like, say, Ino, Soul, Chip, something like that. But if if they played RPGs, exploration games, Power Wash Simulator, I'd recommend someone like maybe like Ram, maybe Anji. And this is just a personal thing, but I think Kai is like a slower version of Soul. I don't know how to describe it, but I just think that in terms of like speed, I would say that Soul has high acceleration while Kai has high top speed. That I know it's a very weird metaphor, but I just feel like if I were to compare the two when it comes to speed, I would say, yeah, like Soul just has higher acceleration, but for Kai, he has high top speed but very slow acceleration. Like, yeah, when you play Kai and Soul, you're playing Soul a lot faster than Kai.
Because I feel like Soul's like general game plan is try to get as close to you as possible to do the high damage.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
I do like playing...
I mean, like I said, there is no real right or wrong way to pick a main. But really, I mean, Miko Pod in chat also has a very good point. I mean, you really want to recommend someone who looks cool, or you ask the person, who do you gravitate around just looking at this roster? Who do you feel like feels good to play? And again, this is very important because remember, we are wired differently. All of us are wired differently. And just because we play fast-paced games doesn't mean we find fast-paced in everything that we do. I mean, I play a variety of genres that aren't even the same. Like, I play turn-based games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy. But I also play fast-paced games like Wolong, Resident Evil 4, Elden Ring, Monster Hunter for fuck's sake, fighting games, FPS games. I play those. So there is like no wavelength, I would say, for me. If I were to ask someone and they're like, what kind of games do you play? And then I tell them, they'd be like, fuck, I can't recommend particular one. That is when you default to who do you feel you vibe with? Like who's calling to you when you look at the roster? Because that is when really you only have first impression to rely on. Which is why I'm very glad that I am a very simple VTuber.
I just like whamming.
Whamming.
Whamming pretty. Yeah, cause I feel like you get so much information just through looking at the character select, and you know.
It's just funny because whenever people like find out I play Kazumi in Tekken 7, oh, you're a very methodical, slow-paced player. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just pick Kazumi because Whammon. I pick Kazumi because Whammon.
Whammon pretty.
Oh, you play Kunimitsu? Oh, you really enjoy mix-ups and fast choices. Like, no? Wow, man.
The Lemon Pretty.
Wow, man. And she's voiced by Saori Hayami. You can't go wrong with Saori Hayami.
Wait, are you also a voice actor seiyuu enjoyer?
Yes, I am.
Oh my, wow, me too.
One of my favorite voice actresses, I think, in my honest opinion, and again, it's just an opinion. My favorite all-time Japanese voice actress is Miyuki Sawashiro.
Oh, good.
She is like my all-time favorite.
The
like
goat.
When people, here's a funny thing. It's a bit off topic, but it's fine. It's my talk show, okay? But here's the thing. Anyone who's played Genshin Impact, everyone knows the meltdown the internet had when Raiden Shogun was revealed. Like, oh, Booba Sword Lady, oh my god, I'll roll for her. I'm just like, yeah, okay. And then I saw the VA at the end. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Miyuki Sawashiro? And then I heard the voice actress. I'm like, oh no. It's Miyuki Sawashiro.
It's Miyuki Sawashiro.
So yes, I wasn't even gonna roll for Raiden Shogun because Hot Booba Sword Lady, no. It was because she was voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro.
That is real. That is a wow. So he's just like me for real. I know the exact feeling because when I saw the Genshin trailer, I'm like, I don't care, but I'm watching it and I'm like, is that Miyuki Sawashiro? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Oh, hold on. I don't care about Genshin, but I'm like, okay. This is they good. They good. I'm like, oh,
Miyuki Sawashiro. That was the game changer for me. for Raiden Shogun, I'm like, okay, she's Booba Lady, yeah, she's a beauty mark, yeah, really interesting design, okay, whatever, but it's alright, I'll pass. And then Yuki Sawashiro, fuck!
Her voice, yeah, it was a voice actor that was like, alright, I'm this character, I'm interested. Oh my god, I was just like, I think when I played, when I picked Kai, I was thinking like, his voice actor sounds familiar, and then I realized it was Future Trunks.
Who is the actor for Kai? Who is the actor for Kai?
I'm trying to think, the Japanese voice, I don't know the name at the top of my head, I can probably look it up.
Hang on, behind the voice actors, Kai Kisk.
Yeah, I remember, I was thinking, his voice sounded familiar. Yeah, he did Future Trunks. In Dragon Ball. That's why he does his voice actor. I also feel like
yeah, he is Trunks.
I think in terms of yeah. I remember thinking like his voice sounded really familiar. But
I'm sorry, but whenever I hear Trunks, I'll never forget that one episode of Dragon Ball. Wait, hold your fire! This man isn't black! I'm like, what? Bro, what?
Poorly aged quotes.
Poorly aged dubbed.
Poorly aged dub in general.
Yeah, that's a funny part.
Yeah, it's Takeshi Kusai. Yeah, if you look him up, he did Trunks in the Japanese dub of Dragon Ball.
My god, that was a funny time, man. That was
what? Yeah, poorly aged dubs.
Poorly aged dub, yeah.
But I do feel like, I guess rounding back to like our topic, I feel like since you're going to be playing and maining the character, I do kind of think hearing the character's voice is also kind of...
Oh yeah, that's very important. I mean...
It's very important, because you'll also get verbal cues. Like, oh, that character's gonna do a super, because they do like a certain sound or scream or a certain noise before they hit it.
Well, not just that, I mean... In any game with a creatable character or an MMORPG, I mean, there is a saying... You're going to be staring at your character's ass for most of your playtime, so it may as well be an ass you want to look at.
Yeah.
So same goes for fighting games. I mean,
yeah.
you're gonna be watching your character kick ass, so it better be a character you want to look at. And in this, by extension, the voice acting also has to be pretty good. I mean, some people don't mind, but me personally, I do mind.
Oh, I definitely think it matters because it's like you're gonna be hearing it a lot if you're gonna play it, and it also has to be like eye-catching enough for you to be like, I don't know. Is it because I think me and Ina we're both like say you
We are say you enjoyers, yeah.
We're say you enjoyers, so when there's very nice, pleasant voice, I will like remember it and be like, oh.
I was in Noel main, so I just got used to the seagull sounds. I enjoyed it. I'm still pissed that they took away that from us. They took that away from us. Bring back Seagull Noel, you cowards!
Wait, hold on. Can you explain?
Sorry, Melty Blood type Lumina.
Okay,
My
yeah,
first main there, surprise, surprise, was a Whammon character. It was Noel. And the funny thing is, whenever she got hit, she'd make really funny seagull noise. Like, I mean, it's so funny. Like, that's why whenever I got hit as Noel, I wasn't mad. I was laughing my ass off because she sounds hilarious. And then in one of the patches after that, they took it out. I'm like, what? Where's my seagull, you bitch? Bring me back my seagull.
Oh no, were people complaining about it that they got rid of?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like how Xenoblade players were mad when Monolith Soft took out the Ardanian troops voice lines. Anyone who played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, y'all remember that, right? The incessant, you know what? I'll send the link to Yatra. Hang on.
Okay, thank you.
Just so you know. I'll post it on chat so all of you guys will know. Hang on. Ardanian troops. Yeah. Hang on. Okay.
Unagi's saying it, but I can't. I can hear it visually.
Okay, I got it. Here, guys. There. I posted it on Twitch chat. That is how the average fight in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 went before it was patched out. And I'm just like, you cowards! You cowards! You go to the mark at about 25 seconds, so yeah.
Okay.
And somebody even remixed. There's the remix of the battle theme to match it too. I posted it right there. This shit was just more hilarious than annoying.
They patched this out, but this is kind of hilarious.
Exactly. Think you can take me? Think you can take? Yeah, think. Don't forget me. Think you can take me? Come on.
Wait, what? Why does it sound? It's. Wait, why did they get rid of this? This is so fun.
I know, but I don't know why. I remember that Arxis had to nerf Ragna's English to not curse as often, but why?
Whoa. Wow. I love how I kind of love this. Wow. What? There's like certain charms to a game and then they get rid of it and you'll be like, but don't forget. How could you? Oh. Okay. This is good. This is a good meme.
Oh, so Ragna cannot swear in Blaze Blue, but Negan can swear every time he gets hit in Tekken? Really? Come on. Alright, we're finally on our last question for our topic. Alright. Here we go.
Okay.
Alright, so... Can you recall the one time you regretted maining someone? Can you recall?
The one time I regretted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever regretted dating anyone. I haven't played a character that got like nerfed to the ground. Not yet. Not the top of my head.
Really?
I feel like for me, I'm not sure. I don't have one at the top of my head. Yeah, cause like, I think, I mean, cause I feel like when I pick a character, there's no. I usually stick with them, but like, for the most part.
There's really none for you?
No, not that I can think of. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, I was looking. Do you guys have some in the chat room? Oh, they do. They have a couple.
Yeah, Roa has Hitman. Eve has Lancelot from Grand Blue. Elizabeth would be for you too. There was one character I low-key regretted that I mained. And it's Hilda from Soul Calibur 4.
Oh, oh my, it's a Soul Calibur character. Okay. That is interesting.
I did learn Hilda's Doom combo. Yup.
I was not expecting a Soul Calibur character, but you know
why, Yatra? You know why?
Oh wait, why?
You see, Hilda has a combo that's called a Doom combo. The reason why it's called such is because she can literally launch you with it, and you will get ringed out.
Oh my
exactly.
God.
I learned it.
Oh, that's. Oh my God, this cheeky motherfucker.
Here's the thing, like, Hilda already without the Doom combo is a pain to fight. Because she literally excels in all ranges. She has her dagger for close range and her spear for long range. So she has no weak range. You look at someone like, say, Xianghua. Xianghua has a golden range. She cannot be too close or too far from her opponent. But Hilda is just like, no, I'm good at all ranges. So on top of that, she has the Doom combo. She has a Doom combo where literally, oh, you downed me to my last 30% health? Okay, I'm gonna poke you with these lows. I do hope you don't crouch block and then I launch you. Oh, you're in the air, you're dead.
Oh my God.
You're dead because you thought I was gonna do a low and you blocked low. But I launched you and you're fucking dead.
The fact that it's so Soul Calibur always been like a belligerent game, or is it just?
No, I wouldn't say belligerent. I mean, to be fair, Yatra, Tekken also had its bullshit characters and bullshit. Like in Tekken 5, Yatra, in Tekken 5, Steve had a combo that was banned because it was an infinite. And Jin in Tekken 4, yes, Jin in Tekken 4 was just straight up, no, don't play him. Just frame
God.
laser scraper, yeah. That was a bad move. Because it is a mid that launches. And it's unblockable too.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I did regret maining Hilda, not because she was not fun to play or like because her Doom combo was banned, but again, like Whammin.
Whammin pretty.
But the reason why like I did regret playing her is that one of her most fun shit to do, which is the Doom combo, I had to restrain myself from doing that too much. Whenever I played it with my friends and my relatives, yeah, I couldn't do it every time.
I feel like if you did it every time, they could be like, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play with you anymore. Why do you keep doing this?
Yoda banned for multiple reasons. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god, because like, no, like the first Soul Calibur game was like when I started playing it with like Blue and like I guess our shared mutual regulars.
Yeah.
And I was just like, 3D games are different. I don't know how to move in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you the ABCs of 3D games and
Let's
movement.
go!
And
Okay,
it's very simple. It's always be moving. That's it.
Always be moving.
That's
Just
it.
move
That's
around.
literally it. Just always be moving.
This is the secret tech.
Yeah, that's the secret tech. And trust me, the next time we play Soul Calibur, just do back steps, side steps every fucking time. You'll be fine.
Just constantly move.
Just constantly move. Yeah. That's really how it goes. If Tekken 8 has really good netcode and we all start playing Tekken 8, that's my best advice for you. Always be moving.
Just constantly move.
Yeah,
That
just
is the
constantly be
real
moving. That's
secret.
really it. That's really this quote-unquote
It's
secret. Always be moving.
Just wait, is it because it makes it harder for you to hit? Is it
Yes. It's the whole nature of FPS games as well. Always be moving. A moving target is always harder to hit than a still target.
That is,
Because you know the ABCs of 2D fighting games. Always block low.
Yes, exactly.
Always block low.
Always block low until you have to block the high. Yeah.
If they're in the air, block high.
If they're jumping, block high, and then yeah, I was like, I learned that. It's like, wait, 2D fighters, you mostly just have to block low, and I'm like, wow, there's more dimensions. What?
But yeah, like generally in 3D fighting games, just always be moving. Just keep moving. I mean, if you watch the average clip, even any of my Tekken 7 clips, what I'm doing most of the time is just sidestepping and that's really it.
I'm just moving because I will be harder to hit.
Yeah, that's really it.
This is a strat. I will take this to the great stride, and next time we play some 3D fighter, I will just move around constantly in some unpredictable pattern.
I mean, look, I'll just show this clip really briefly on screen.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Let me just put... Oh. My OBS screen. My bad. Alright, there.
Okay.
No OBS. Anyway, so you look at this.
Wait, it's friends of the stream, Shika _ Shika and Roa Sato.
See, I'm just... After I hit, I'm just sidestepping and backstepping.
I don't know.
And then after the combo, what do I do?
Move.
Move. I'm just moving.
5K, 1. 5K.
Oh, thank you. I was like, friend of the show.
So yeah, it's just really just a lot of moving. That's really what most of us do.
Just move in like the space. I watched, I was like, what do you do with all this space? I'm used to just it being on a 2D plane, and I'm like, just move a lot.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. You just move a lot, yeah.
And I think as a block, I think also it's like you have to block. Yeah, you don't. I think you block highs more than you block lows.
Well, that's because in Tekken, and Soul Calibur by extension, blocking a low is punishable. Not so much in 2D anime fighters, though. The reason why we don't... Yeah, the reason why we mostly take lows is because... Okay, here's a very interesting thing. Most Korean players in Tekken describe lows in Tekken as chip damage. It's like taking chip damage in an anime fighter.
Okay.
So you would rather take chip damage than, you know, eat a combo starter. So it's kind of it is practically the same. It's practically the same theory in Soul Calibur and Tekken. We would rather take a low than take a launcher to the face.
Oh, yeah, because when you're in a launcher, you kind of just have to eat the hit.
Yeah, you just eat the hit and eat everything else afterwards. You just kind of
have to eat it and watch the special.
Because we do not have that magical anime thing called burst. Like once we get launched, no, we're in the air for good until we fall down.
Yeah, you're kind of just have to take.
You're basically like... watching the most extreme game of hacky sack ever thought.
Yeah, you're just kind of ragdolling. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you see, like on one end of the park of hacky sack, it's like it is hacky sack, and then on the other end, there's literally a guy being juggled. Bro.
Yeah. Sometimes when I watch like, is it like not
I would watch MMA fights if it were a lot like Tekken fights. I'd love to see people being juggled.
Like actual people being juggled with the launcher. That would be insane.
You see a martial artist like do a forward jab 5 times just to keep the guy in the air.
And he's just juggling? Oh my
he's
god. That would be, man, this is the magic of playing a 3D fighter.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can't do that.
You
can't do that in real life. Oh my god, you're right, because when I see, I don't know, is it like Gatlings, or is it like, I just see them like kind of juggle and I'm like,
they're not really Gatlings. I mean, they're combo strings. They feel like Gatlings. They feel like Gatlings. You know what I mean? You're not mashing. Yeah, you're not mashing close slash far slash into heavy slash like it's a fucking arcade game. No, like there are timings for that, right? And that's kind of like what 3D combos feel like. There are timings, but there is no like, they're not like Links in Street Fighter or Gatlings in Strive, I would say.
Okay. Oh yeah. I was just like, I had someone tell me, he's like, well, do you know how to do like Links in Street Fighter? I'm like, no. I was like, oh, I have to actually execute. Like, I kind of was like, had my chat like kind of tell me about it. I'm like, oh, I have to actually press the buttons at a certain time and like
at a very strict time. Yeah, that's
at a very strict timing. Yeah, that's how links work. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Alright.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was the last question for today's episode of Shrine Talk. Thank you again so much, Yatra, for being such
wait. Oh, we're at. Oh, let me bring out my glow sticks. Yeah.
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 We're on
we're at the.
Thank you again for being such a wonderful guest for today's episode of Shrine Talk.
Thank you. Yeah.
And again, of course, thank you so much for everyone in chat who tuned in and, of course, shared your input, asked questions. of course, this is not going to be the only episode of Shrine Talk this month. There is going to be another one. When I am ready to announce it, you guys will know. Now, before I end the stream and raid, of course, I'd like to give this time for Yatra to... I'd like to give the red carpet to Yatra. So, Yatra, if you have any future streams that you want to announce or whatever stuff you want to announce, now's your time.
Okay, thank you, Inari. Thanks for having me on again. Yes, it was very fun to talk about fighting games and other things. I'm glad that we are both say you enjoy it.
Yeah, we
are. I will actually. Oh yeah, I do have a couple of streams. I'm planning to do Played Up with Ryone sometime next week.
Oh, nice.
And I believe I will also be doing. I will be doing a weird. Oh, actually, it's related to the topic. We're gonna doing fighting game characters from memory. It's gonna be an art stream with Hoshino Lapis, which I think some viewers are fans of her.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna be doing fighting game characters from memory, which will be interesting. I don't know whose channel it will be. Yeah, so I'll be doing a couple of collabs and probably Power Wash Toto Player Simulator next week. And I'll probably be I'll be actually opening commissions this month. Yeah, cool. If you want art from me, that'll be. I'll be open officially. Pog. I think other than that, I can't think of anything else I want to announce.
All right. That'll do.
Oh yeah, we are Yatra.
And we are many.
We are many. Thank you, Inari, for your I don't know if you probably told your chat about your dreams and like
right.
That. I love how iconic it just became a staple.
Yeah. All good.
Oh yeah, bye Johnny.
Yes, bye Shane. Alright.
Bye Johnny.
We are going to raid an Australian VTuber, Nira Octavia. She's currently playing Resident Evil 4. Right. There is the raid message. I'll see you all either later or tomorrow. Sayonara, otsuyoko deshita. Watashi no haishin ni kite kurete hontou ni koe desu. Arigatou gozaimashita. Good evening, good night, and have a good day, my precious foxtrots. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, Johnny.
Bye-bye, Johnny.
Oh, oops.
Oh,
okay. I didn't fix the ending screen.
Oh.
It looks so weird.
Oh.
Wait a minute. This is bothering me. It's flipped.
Oh, you flipped it.
I flipped it. Okay, I'll just end stream here. I'll see you guys.
Bye bye, Johnny. This
Bye-bye,
didn't happen.
Johnny.
Bye bye, Johnny. Bye bye, Johnny.